afternoon and welcome to Brazos Fiber Works. Today is episode 48. It is a Wednesday, May 28th, and it is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Welcome. I am so glad you came along with me today. If you are new here, thank you so much for coming along and clicking on that button. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up if you like this video. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. You guys mean the world to me and I enjoy you guys so much. Today it is overcast outside. I didn't think it was gonna rain, but it actually has rained today. I think there's possibly some more storms coming this way, but the weather is like in the 80s, so that's a plus. It's not too hot. And I hope you guys have all enjoyed your last week. I hope you have got tons of knitting stuff, projects, crochet, not just knitting, but I hope all of your crafty makes you have enjoyed through this last week. Grab yourself something to drink and let's get on with the episode. Where can you find me? You can find me on Instagram at Brazos Fiber Works. You can find me on Facebook. I have a Facebook group called Brazos Fiber Works. On Ravelry, I am jnbcrafty, and we also do have a Ravelry group called Brazos Fiber Works. If you would like to meet more fiber friends, knitting, crochet, spinning, weaving, even cross stitch friends, please come and join us. We have make-alongs and all of that good stuff. I do have a hand-dyed yarn business. It is brazosfiberworks.com, where I have hand-dyed yarn, project bags, notions, all that good stuff. And if you would like to get a hold of me, you can email me, jennifer@brazosfiberworks.com. All right, guys. So the last week to say has been a whirlwind. It has been kind of tough for me. I recorded last Wednesday evening, and then last Wednesday morning was when my daughter and her fiance had left. So Wednesday evening, I ended up starting with a sore throat on my left side. And then I woke up Thursday morning, it had like gone into my ear. And then I didn't have to go to work till around 1 o'clock that day. Well, right around 12:30, I started getting the chills. My head was just killing me. It was just pounding. And so I was like, well, I can still go to work. So I went to work. It just progressed. It got worse. I don't think I have ever been so cold in my entire life. I had the body chills so bad. I probably definitely had a fever that day. I didn't have anything to take my temperature at work. And yeah, so Friday I ended up having to call into work sick. I went to like the urgent care. I tested negative for COVID and for strep, but the doctor said, oh, I'm pretty sure you do have strep. So they gave me some antibiotics and sent me on my way. So I started the first round of the antibiotics that afternoon when I got it. And I mean, the one thing I didn't have was I didn't have any like anything going on with my sinuses, nothing in my chest. It was just headache. I was tired. I had a fever. I had body chills. My throat and my ear were killing me. So it was a lot of like Dayquil, NyQuil, and the second day into the antibiotics, I think I had allergic reaction to it because I broke out in a rash everywhere, which I know is a sign of strep throat. But in my case, I had to quit taking the antibiotics and the rash went away. So it took, I don't know, it took a few days for me to really feel great again. And then Sunday we had to go see my son's, the venue where him and his fiance are getting married. We met her parents there and it was really great time. I felt fine that day, like not great, but I was fine. And so then, Monday I went back to work and everything, and I've been fine. I think I've been getting better, but then this morning I had a splitting headache. It was so bad. So right now it's at bay and that's great, but my knitting, my just knitting, crochet, crafty mojo was so hard. I didn't, like, for 2 days, I just, with the headaches and everything, I just could not focus. I didn't, like, I wanted to work on projects, but I just didn't have the energy to do it. So this week has been a little hard getting some crafty time in, so bear with me today. I'm sorry I had to ramble and let you know all that, but just to kind of let you know how my week went, and I hope your guys's went so much better. I hope none of you are feeling under the weather. If you are, I'm so sorry. I hope you get better soon, but for the rest of you, I hope you guys had a great week. I hope you got lots of making done. So I do have one finished object, and then I have a few works in progress. So I am going to share with you those today, and let's get into that because that's why you're here. All right, so my finished object is going to be my book club socks. So this yarn is from Chelsea Yarns. It's part of her Enchanted Pages monthly. It's not a subscription because you don't have to order it every month, but it is a box that does come out monthly. And so this was her March box, and the yarn was called Book Club. And this was the mini that came with it. It is in a fingering weight. I did a small size using Kay the Crazy Sock Lady's vanilla socks on magic loop, and I did them in a needle size 1 Chalgu red lace needles, and so I had 56 stitches cast on. I did a 20 row 2x2 ribbing. I did, I think, 70 rows in the legs, and then for a size like 7 to 8. So I love these. They are beautiful, and they are going to go to a forever home this week. So yeah, that is my one finished object. But hey guys, at least I have one. I haven't had one in a couple weeks, so that yes, I love. So that is it for finished objects, just the one. So let's get talking about works in progress. So last week when we spun the wheel, we landed on the Sweet Shot blanket using my Brazos Fiber Works Grinch Advent from 2024. So like I said, I was under the weather, so I only have 3 squares that got done. So I got, or my third one's not even officially finished. So I got this square done. I got this green square done, and I'm currently on the purple one. But these are all of my Grinch colors from my 2024 Grinch Advent box. I don't know if you can see this all the way through, but I finished all of the 24 colors, and then I'm starting on the second round of them. So let's see, I think I started here on the second round. So I've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm on my 8th color out of the 24. So yeah, I absolutely love this blanket, and hopefully I get this finished before Advent starts next year, because I really don't want any more Advents left over from last year. I still have my Chelsea tea to work on with my Chelsea yarn, or Chelsea Advent from last year too. So hopefully that will, I will get working on that too. But yeah, that is my first whip of this last week. And then the other one, sorry, I dropped the yarn, is my Cozy Comfort Throw by Molly Klatt of a Homespun House. So as you can see, this one was my first ever one. I absolutely love this blanket. Absolutely. So I had started making my daughter one last year. I think I casted it on last year. But you know, I have a lot of whips and projects and needed to work on those. So, but she is getting married in August, and I really would love to be able to have it finished so I could give it to her for a wedding gift, or her and her fiance for a wedding gift. So here I have it folded up, but here is where I started. So originally, all the way up to this blue, is my 2024 Valentine's box colors. And then I have it held double with, this gray. It is all on a sparkle base. So I had put all of my colorways in, and then I started putting in my 2024 Chelsea Yarns Valentine's box too. So that started with this red. I have the pink that's next. So I was able last week to get the blue, the red, and then the two pinky purple colors right there done. So I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think I had 13. So I have 14, and I'm on my 15th color right now of my 20 gram minis. So I think there was 10 20 gram minis in the Chelsea Yarns box. So I will do all of those, and then I'm going to kind of look and see how big it's going to be, because I might add on my 2025 Valentine colorways from my Brazos Fiber Works box this year into this also, if I feel like it needs to be a little bit longer. But yeah, I am really excited. I can't wait to get it done so I can gift that to them for the wedding. And that is sitting in this cute little sheep bag that I got from, I think, Lone Star Yarns last year. So it's perfect for blankets. My Sweet Shop blanket, I didn't have it sitting in anything. I've just been working on it. So, and then my last works in progress that I've been working on this last week is my Stunning String Studios 2025 Mystery Knit Along, which this is my little book for it. And I have not checked off any of the current progress, but we are reading a book series along with it. It is the Cleopatra Fox Mystery Series by CJ Archer. And I actually did finish Maze. I haven't marked it off, but I am enjoying this series so much. We are reading one book a month till October. So the next June one will be coming up, and that is The Murder at the Crown and Arbor, I think it says. Crown and Anchor? Murder at the Crown and Anchor, I think that's what it says. But yeah, so I'll be excited when June starts and I get to start that book. So the first of the year we have, I think it's 3 shawls for the year that we're knitting up. The first one was the Mayfair Hotel shawl. I finished that one in April or March, yeah. And then we started the Threads of Spring shawl in the 1st of April. And I just finished week 6. As you can see, I haven't even marked off week 5. I finished week 6, and then week 7 dropped Friday. I haven't started on that. I think it's only 6 rows, and then that's it for the shawl. So hopefully this coming week I will get that finished and show you that finished object. Hopefully next week I can get it washed and blocked. On here it does say week 8, but when I got the pattern for week 7, it does say that we're all done. So yes, I can't wait to get that done. But let me show you what I have completed for the shawl so far for the 6 weeks. If you are part of this knit along and you haven't done your week 6 yet, please look away if you don't want to see it. I am going to hold this up the way it's supposed to be held up, even though you can't tell at the bottom really what it looks like, so I will flip it around. This is done in a DK weight. It is a 2-colored shawl. I love it. It is so different from the first one. And yeah, I'm not a shawl person, so I'm really curious to see how I'm going to incorporate this into my wardrobe this next year. I'm definitely going to try. So yeah, but I absolutely love it. It is so much fun just not knowing what it's going to look like and just knitting on it. So yeah. That is the 6 weeks, and then I will add week 7 in there, and then I will wash and block it, and hopefully be able to show it to you next week. But that is in my Homespun House Knitting Unicorns bag. So that is it for all of my finished objects, works in progress for this week. Like I said, I was under the weather and I just did not have the energy to knit or crochet or make or anything. I haven't worked on my cross stitch in a couple weeks either. I really need to start doing that too. But I know every week we usually have a spin the wheel and let's see what we land on, so I can work on that through that the next week. But this week I am going to take a break from the wheel only because I need to finish my shawl. We also, with this series, I am doing a bonus shawl, and I have only worked on, I think, 3 rows on my, that's a monthly, like parts of the pattern come out monthly for that one. It's just a bonus shawl for the year. And I have not finished or even got a quarter of the way through May's. So I really need to focus on that this next week because June's is coming up and I really don't want to get behind. So I feel like this week I need to not spin the wheel. I need to dedicate that to working on the blanket for my daughter, to finish my shawl, and then to get on my other shawl all of the May in for that. So I really want to focus on getting those done this next week and maybe like work on some other things. I really want to cast on a sock. I love always having a sock to knit on. So I don't know. I may cast a sock on just so I have something, you know, that I don't have to think about when I'm knitting on. But I also really want to focus on these. So I don't know. We'll see. I did want to show you though. I haven't got very many acquisitions over the last couple months. But if you guys know Knit Style Yarns, Sharon, I have watched her for a long time. And she had on one of her last podcasts, she was getting rid of a bunch of sock yarn that she had had in her stash for years. And she was like, I know I'm not gonna use them, so she wanted to get rid of them. Well, when I first started dyeing yarn and knitting socks, I used to buy Jinx yarns, and I think that was Laura. She was from around the Dallas area, and she used to have videos on dyeing, and I used to watch her and Kristen from Volenvine were friends, and so I used to, you know, watch them all the time, and I used to buy her self-striping yarn. So when Sharon from Knit Style Yarns was getting rid of, when she was destashing and putting all of these in her store, I decided I had to grab one of Jinx yarns because she doesn't dye anymore. She, I think she figured out like she was allergic to something in the dyeing process because she would get sick after that. So she quit dyeing yarn years ago, and Sharon had quite a few of her self-striping yarns, and so by the time I got on there was only like 3 of them left. So I grabbed this one. This colorway, let's see, is called Wildflowers. It is on her fingering like glitter base, but I am so excited that I was able to get one of her yarns that were still around. And so I may just wind this up and start knitting on this. So I have some socks, but we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to start it this week, but if I do, you will definitely see that next week. But other than that, shop news, I have all my summer self-striping yarns in there. So head to brazosfiberworks.com, check those out. I love the colorways that I came up with. There will be more coming. I might have a couple more summer ones coming, and then definitely fall ones I'm going to start dyeing so that I can get those, I can get some of those knit up before fall comes and show those. I have a test knitter that I'm going to have her, I'm going to send her some of my yarn so that she can knit up some so that I have to show also. So I'm super excited about that, having somebody else to knit, because that's like one of the hard things is like you dye all this yarn and then it's just you, and I'm like, I don't have the time to, you know, knit something up to show the colorway. So it's kind of hard, but I'm glad I found someone who was willing to do that for me. So yes, you will hopefully see those here in the future. Other than that, I still do have a couple advents, so I will probably in the next week close that completely. So if you do want to grab yourself an advent for 2025, it is a Star Wars Christmas advent. Please head over there and grab yours before I close that. If I have any extras, like when we get closer to sending them out, I will put them in the shop. But yeah, probably after this coming week, I will close those. Other than that, we do have our Brazos Fiber Works group on Ravelry, like I was telling you about. We have threads over there, we have chatter. Please, I would love if you would come over there, introduce yourself, get into our threads, and become a part of our group. We love meeting new fiber friends. We love seeing everybody's inspirations and all of that. Other than that, life news. I mean, I was like sick for the last week. I know you're probably sick and tired of hearing me say that, but yeah, we have a camping trip coming up in June for anniversary. In July, we're gonna be gone for the 4th of July week up in Missouri. We're camping. Other than that, not too much else life news. Just work, you know, work in the daily life. But thank you so much for coming along with me today. I really appreciate you guys. Please just give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. It's totally free. If you guys would like to donate, I do have a Ko-Fi link below. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you guys are staying healthy, and I hope the weather is beautiful where you are. I will see you here next week for episode 49. Bye.